Iran deal now on the chopping block as President Trump will decide its fate by the end of this week.
And we're now learning that John Kerry has been secretly meeting with both Iranian and European officials to discuss saving the deal. So is this the real collusion? Here now to weigh in is former State Department official under Presidents Trump and George W. Bush, Christian Whiton. Thank you for joining us this morning. So what do you think? Is John Kerry undermining the president?
Yes, definitely it is. And, you know, there used to be a saying that differences end at the water's edge. It was sort of considered uncouth to criticize a president at all. That's gone by the wayside. But John Kerry, leave it to John Kerry to take it to a whole new level. He met with Iran's foreign minister. This is the foreign minister, the senior diplomat from our biggest adversary in the Middle East. Also met with the Germans and the French in an effort to undermine a president's foreign policy. It's really quite unconscionable.
Well, how should this be responded to, Christian? I mean, what should happen to John Kerry in light of this? What do you think?
You know, I think he should be prosecuted under the Logan Act. I don't particularly like the law. It's never been used to convict anyone. It's been used to threaten people. It was from 1799, same vintage of the Alien and Sedition Acts. But if it's going to be used against Republicans, and it was certainly used against Mike Flynn to create the whole sort of entrapment of Flynn, if you will, by Sally Yates, since fired from the Justice Department, you know, it's pretty plain that John Kerry's in violation of this act. So, you know, why not throw it at him?
And just to pull up here on screen for a second here, part of the Logan Act, any citizen of the United States who, without authority of the United States, directly or indirectly commences or carries on any correspondence with any foreign government with intent to influence the measures in relation to any disputes or controversies with the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned. What do you think?
Well, again, it's you know, it's pretty plain there. Again, that hasn't been used. I don't think it's going to be a probable conviction because John Kerry's probably not going to testify against himself, and I don't think the Iranian foreign minister will. But I think symbolically it's very important. And then if Congress doesn't like it, they can repeal it. But you know, we have to have fairness. The laws have to apply to everyone.
Right.
Let's listen real quick to Chairman of the House Armed Services Committee talking about this whole situation.
I'm not necessarily opposed to sticking with this deal forever, but you need to have a clear idea about next steps. Maybe the best thing is for the president to delay a bit more his deadline of this month and put the French and the British up to the test about whether it is possible to get this other sort of agreement.
So, Christian, I mean, hearing his side, and that was from yesterday, I mean, when you look at this thing, I think what it is that you've got all of these different voices saying we need to stay in this deal, all of Europe, most Democrats, a lot of Republicans, too. I think what bothers the American people, though, and I think what bothers the Trump administration is that we enter into deals and we negotiate with these horrible countries that hate us, and we try to basically pay them to play nice. I mean, that bothers people, and that's why people want you to pull out of deals like this and never even sign them to begin with. Right?
Right, and the American people know exactly what the Iranian regime is about. We may have elites here in Washington who forever see moderates in the Iranian government that we can reach out to, but in reality, Iran has seen itself as at war with the United States since that government came to power in 1979 and took our diplomats hostage. You know, as to the criticism that the president doesn't have a plan, you know, the idea is to move beyond this appeasement pact to be able to put tougher sanctions on Iran if they do violate, you know, build up a nuclear arsenal or do other things that are harmful to us. So also, you know, the president was very clear. He took the side of the Iranians who were in the streets protesting the regime. And so those are the fundaments of a big, I think, an important policy.
Christian, we've got to let you go, but real quick, what do you think ends up happening on or before May 12th?
I think the president pulls out. And if you look at the statement from Secretary of State Pompeo, it looks like it's heading in that direction.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.